as a predator, she is a shark. Sun Yingsha will hunt you down. That is her way. She gives no quarter. But against Chen Xingtong here in the women's singles semi-finals of the China Smash 2025, it could be a different story. She is one of the few, the very, very few, who seems to know how to beat Sun Yingsha. It's best of 7, remember, now into the latter stages of this event. It was best of 5 earlier on. We are talking about the world #1 versus the world #3. And look at that head-to-head. In WTT, it is 3 matches apiece. In fact, the last time they met, it was the champions Yokohama, in which Chen Xingtong won 4-2. So she's got that one under her belt. Perhaps a psychological advantage. Tamara Parmentalat is our umpire.
Good match. So for the toss, you have the choice, is red or it's blue. Chen choose the red, so soon you have the blue. It's blue. You serve? Oh, Soon won the left side. You want to serve or you want to serve? Chen
it's the end that Xia seems to like, that she's chosen once again. Well, Adam Bobro here with me in commentary. Adam, if Sun Yingsha is the shark, then is Chen Xingtong the orca?
Well, according to their head-to-head, they are orcas, they are sharks, they are equal on the food chain, whatever they are. That's just WTT head-to-head. In the broader head-to-head, Chen Xingtong is actually 4-9. So one of the best records, if not the best, that comes to my mind in terms of the WTT arena here, inside the Infinity Arena. 5 titles to her name, although 17 on the other side is tough to compete with. Chen Xingtong is very smooth, and I feel like on any given day, it's interesting how different matchups favor players. Mariam Al-Hodadi putting up a fight, but Bagel, Shan not taking the game. Liu Jun giving a really good fight, was tight in the 4th, but in the 5th, Chen Xingtong won, and Ju Yuling 4-2. That's an impressive victory that felt like it could have gone either way, that match.
So as the event has progressed, she started losing more games. So let's see how things will progress here as we look at Xia record. 24 years of age, so world #1, of course. She's now had that for a long, long time. 168 consecutive weeks at world #1. She did drop a game at the start against Miu Hirano, and then had it easy against Ju and Wang. But then Wang Yidi 4-3.
Wang Yidi's in incredible form, getting her first win over Honoka Hashimoto, and then really going up 3-2 against Xia. That was quite a scare, but last time these two met, Singapore Smash, well, not the last, but the last Smash event.
Yeah.
Look at that. See on the screen.
She does enjoy a smash, Sun Yingsha, but it was Chen Xingtong who came out on top in that one.
Of course, the table tennis event, the top tier, one above champions.
Yeah,
reference there.
Going for a 5th WTT Grand Smash title overall, Sun Yingsha, and she gets 73% of the fan vote today, which is actually not
shockingly low.
Yeah, I was trying to find the right word to say that, but yes, it is for her.
That's why I jumped in there, because the wording sounds like an insult, but it's the opposite. It's a compliment, because it's just shocking. We hear the chants in the crowd.
First game, Chen to serve.
Well, the crowd, I think, is overwhelmingly, I would say more than 90% her in here, I would think. We might hear the old tong-tong. We'll see.
No, I think you're right. Here we go, best of 7. Tong-tong to start it off with the serves.
First point on the board. That's greeted very positively by her fans. Sun Yingsha. Let's talk about some strengths and what to look out for. of these players, Adam.
I don't think we have time in the broadcast for strengths in terms of the complete list, but let's start with Xingtong because I mean, she's world number 3, hasn't spent over 3 years at world number 1. What it is about Xingtong, I think there's chemistry between her and Xia. I feel like the spin coming in, the way she handles it and feeds off of the spin, she's comfortable. And it comes back somewhat uncomfortably for Xia. Tong is very good at covering the middle, using the backhand, and generating a lot of spin on the opening forehand. Backhand as well, you can see that there's some calibration being worked out as Xia tries to find just the right angle to drive forward. Also, Xingtong is good at moving in and out a little bit, playing to different depths on the table to cause some confusion. Subtle reminder for the players to not delay. Flash.
What?
She wanted to stop. There was a flash.
There is?
One's a mosquito?
You touch. What's up? What's happened?
Fly?
The noise.
I think there's a lost in translation moment.
I thought I heard one's, which is mosquito. So this is...
Let's 2-0.
To be fair, Sun Yingsha was not disputing and saying, hey, we will replay that.
Ooh.
She looks a bit bemused, though, not... Oh.
That's the most head shaking I've seen from her. I mean, it was left to right head shaking, which is not yes.
I'm not convinced.
Ooh. It's an unusual call.
I thought she backed her for a while. Okay,
Me
interesting.
too. Well, there is a team spirit here,
Yeah.
obviously.
Okay, maybe justice done. Actually, it was midpoint, to be fair. It wasn't like anything had happened. And the point that was a let, there wasn't a result out of that point.
Not only that, it didn't seem like there was any advantage. They were both pushing in that moment, so fairly tame.
3-0.
Can you imagine? I mean, if it were something more visible, let's say a bird flew through in the middle of the point, the umpire would call let, the players, everyone, but that's a question of who sees it. So
that's really subjective, though, isn't it?
Who sees it, that's a question. Interestingly enough, umpires have this too. It's called a matter of fact call. If they see something, they call it that's that. With TTR, it can be challenged, but without TTR, there are matter of fact calls.
Right.
Players, different situation.
5-3.
I do think it was well handed by our umpire, though.
She was a little confused at the beginning as to what was going on there.
And she did a good job of collecting data, because ultimately the umpire's job is to make sure that the players are playing in fair conditions. They're not there to interrupt. They're just there to make sure everything's fair. And she did.
6-3.
Well, Xingtong is in front by 3.
You and I were just talking about Chinese culture and what constitutes good luck. Because I had an adventurous walk outside where dogs are.
3-7.
Oh, wow, this is not the best start for Sun Yingsha.
I think she needs her own mosquito.
She needs a little distraction, maybe. I don't know, something's not quite going her way at the moment. She's trailing by 4 in this opening game. She was in total control that whole time, wasn't she, Sun Yingsha?
I could never really tell. I mean, Xingtong was on the chase, but she does a wonderful job. Yeah, it was a lot of reaction. The last 4 shots or so, it felt like she was just getting herself planted, covering.
A few restless audience members. That's better from Sasha.
7-5.
I just went back to the 2017 Japan Open where Xia beat Chen Meng in the final. No one knew who she was outside of a few individuals who watched Chinese Super League at the time. 16-year-old played through the qualification round and would beat a eventual two-time Olympic champion in Chen Meng. at her first event, and then she would come back to do it to everybody, including Liu Shiwen, except Ding Ning in the final the next week in China.
8-5.
Ding Ning, we saw her yesterday, didn't we?
Yeah, professor herself. She's been doing some teaching in Beijing. She's got some table tennis students. Heard she's climbing up in the government world. It's pretty nice.
Zhu Yuling, another academic as well. Oh, from under the table, off the side there.
8.
Xingtong and Sun Yingsha just clawing her way back into this.
It was a good eye from Tong Tong in the touch game. One more soft hands moment and says, this one's coming off, I can start, but not a lot of wiggle room there. Catches the edge.
Four of the last 5 I make it for Sun Yingsha. Just a point behind Chen Xingtong now. This is very, very good from Sun Yingsha.
Sun Yingsha, the former coach in the crowd there. Her young childhood, pretty cool to see here in the stands.
Clips the net there for Sun. Someone with a
Players are ready. Thank you.
over shout. Nine all.
9-all.
Six of the last 8. Yeah, she has certainly
9
roared back into this game. Sun Yingsha. Lovely backhand from Sun Yingsha to set up a game point.
We saw Felix's celebration about being cold in the comeback, keeping it cool. Xia from down 3-7 now has a game point to take the first in this best of 7.
All.
She saves that game point. This might just be an indication of what we could be in for today. Could be a long drawn-out affair here. Early days.
Play.
Cho Yi-ke, the more recent coach, the former one you saw on screen, Yang Guangdi. The fashionable person right behind him. Incredible colors. I'm sure you'll have a chance to see those people again later. Second game point here for Xia.
One of the long rallies we've had. Sun Yingsha comes out on top, takes the first game. Battle back from 3-7 down to win it.
In every battle, this one included, feels like a fight for survival here, but as soon as Xia has a moment, she turns it up just a notch, gets that extra snap of the wrist, that forward motion, and puts the pressure on. So with no coaches on benches, the world #1, Her Royal Highness, Her Majesty, sits up 1-0 in this best of 7. Good start from Xia.
Remind you of what has been won by these players and others in 2025. You see Sun Yingsha there with the Singapore smash, the champions Chongqing Chen Xingtong herself has also had some honors this year. As you look at some of the other names in that honor roll, there you go, Yokohama. She won, beating Yingsha-Chen there as well. She won the Europe Smash in Sweden, Yingsha-Chen. And Champions Macau, of course.
Second game, soon to serve, Lovo.
Third. Looking for a third title of the season overall. Third smash after Singapore and Europe. That would be something.
One love.
I know you said it could take a whole day or evening for Yingsha-Chen and her attributes. Adam, maybe you can sum it up between points for us.
Yeah, I'll do my best, starting with the next. I felt like her arm was an elephant trunk in that. I was watching, and every little joint that she could use to accelerate that ball, it was so casual, so fine, such a science to the way she guided that forward. She's got incredibly strong legs. She's got incredible mental focus. And the pressure to stay on top of the world, again, when you're at the very top of the food chain, everybody else is trying to take your spot, so you can't simply maintain your level. You have to keep improving to keep your distance. You should have seen her in the practice hall. Drills for her eyes, her depth perception, her balance, her ankles, her foot muscles. It was crazy.
Wow.
And she was focused the whole time. It was just like routine for her. Really.
I mean, we are in quite a privileged position to be able to get to see this behind the scenes, isn't it? And it's nice for you to sort of let people know just what she has to go through as preparation.
That preparation paid off with 13 of the last 16 points momentum for Xia-Chen.
Oh. 4-1.
Missed opportunity there for Yingsha-Chen, perhaps. Chen Xingtong with her first point on the board in this second game.
That was Ma Junfeng. He's been coaching quite a lot. You might have seen him on the bench. Some of your favorite players out here. Tong Tong, back in action, ready.
1-5.
Getting into her rhythm. Yingsha-Chen, slightly slow start in that previous game. Maybe the fly gate that put her on.
So far, she seems to have locked Flygate. Mosquito Gate's got a ring to it as well.
Gate.
2-5.
Chen Xingtong on the forehand there. Right down the middle. Just changed it up a little there. Chen Xingtong on the backhand.
Just thinking about the descriptions we hear of Xia-Chen. She's incredibly popular. I think it's more interesting to focus on the fact that so many people love her because of how admirable she is, that she seems to be afraid of nothing. She faces her fears and just comes back harder and better prepared to conquer them.
5-4.
This is a nice comeback from Chen Xingtong. He's got 4 of the last 5 points.
While she rarely shows any frustration, we can also see when the body temperature's changed a little bit, when an opponent is making her sweat. Chen Xingtong, more frequently than most, has been able to put Xia-Chen in that position.
5-4.
I'm not sure she thought she was going to get that back. Chen Xingtong.
You never know. This is the beauty of our sport. I mean, the ball's quite light, and with the right angle on the racket, the right placement on the table, sometimes the awkward ones cause a little trouble. Seen it all day with the best in the world on both sides.
5-4.
Service warning. I tried to look down at the assistant umpire.
Thought there was another fly.
I think she might have dipped below the table. Would have been funny if the assistant umpire did see a fly. Stopped.
Anyway.
Sorry. Could have been my imagination. See Xingtong there, shadow practicing how to stay on top of that ball to the middle. It's quite a turn here. I feel like it was, what, 5-1?
It was 4-1.
4-1.
5 of the last 7 have gone Xingtong's way. Yingsha
7-5.
hitting back.
There's plenty to learn from your victories, but when you're super competitive and you lose, man, does that motivate you to get better.
7-5.
Both of these players have had that experience. One of them is going to have it here today. It's just a question of time to find out who.
Seven, 6.
Well, this has tightened up considerably, hasn't it?
Yeah.
To see. That's what you want to see in the semi-finals.
Seven all.
There's the reaction from Sun Yingsha.
She
That's
questioned.
changed.
Yeah. Questioned her decision as Xingtong has won 6 of the last 8 points. That tap to the temple, saying control center, can produce better decisions.
Look at the effort, you can hear the effort.
8-7.
Xingtong, and she goes in front.
I think she's going to need a visa for leaving her comfort zone in this point. I mean, she was out of it every point. You could hear her, feel her extending.
Ready to receive?
There's a rich tradition of taking time before points between the top Chinese women in the world.
8-all.
What a bunker this second game is, by the way. After a really good start from Sun Yingsha, Xingtong's come back nicely.
I'm not distracted by the person video chatting in the crowd.
Oh, yeah, I just saw that.
Oh, man.
Oh.
This is an incredible production that the whole world is watching instead of looking through a cell phone.
Oh.
8-9.
Good English.
Apology immediately, and sorry, yeah. A couple times there, Xingtong now.
That is a fast, low push.
Please use the ball that we provide to you. 8-9.
But what if we don't like it? That is
As
typically...
opposed to what, though?
As opposed to throwing the ball over to a ball kid and being like, no, next. It's happened. You're not supposed to.
10-8.
Yingsha went for that one, and it's 2 game points. Xingtong.
It's a rare occasion to see this discomfort. Shallow spin, the ball's already on its way down. Xia has to try to lean forward on that. Play it from slightly off balance.
Two game points, Xingtong. You heard some effort there as well from Sun Yingsha.
9.
This is how much is taking out of him. 1 game point for Xingtong.
It sounded like a vocal response to Xia, like a vocal battle. You're gonna grunt, oh yeah? Well, I'm not gonna stop grunting. And she kept it through the point, but Xia had the last grunt silently there on the scoreboard.
Timeout.
A timeout on
Wow.
Tong Tong's side.
She's taking this at an interesting juncture. Xingtong.
We have to remember, she was up 7-3 in game 1.
Yeah, yeah. good
She
point.
knows what Xia is capable of.
True.
So 1 game point left here.
请关闭闪光灯 ，No flash please。
And she's got the serve, Tong Tong.
再次提醒运动员接发球时，
Chen Xingtong is still looking for a smash title to her name. She's reached 3 semi-finals. This particular event last year, the inaugural China Smash semi-finals, and the Singapore Smash last year and this year, got to the top 4.
In short,
Time.
the bus stops here. Semi-finals. There's only one more match at most for either of these women in this event.
One game point for Chen Xingtong to make it 1-1. So Yingsha,
10-9.
she can get to 2. That's going to make things very, very tricky for Chen Xingtong. The gamble has paid off for Chen Xingtong. Took the timeout and converts the game point to win another tight game here.
Shovel serve from the forehand side into the backhand exchange coverage and leans forward. That was right where the gold lines meet. What a gamble, not just in the timeout, but that finishing shot. That was a very narrow margin to escape through, but she does, and they're tied up at 21 points apiece after 2 games. It's 1-1 in this race to 4 games.
Ball placement from Chen Xingtong here. A lot of it down the middle, or half long.
Yeah, a lot of it to the backhand, a lot of it in the middle. The women's game tends to be more backhand dominant in terms of the fast pace of play, but that 6% on the wide forehand corner, a memorable square of the table for that finishing shot after her timeout. If you're newer to the game, each player gets 1 timeout per match, so the world number 1 still has hers,
Third game.
should she need it.
10 to serve. Love all.
The body language is not the usual body language.
Yeah, I was thinking something along those lines as well.
Love all.
Pursing her lips there, Sun Yingsha.
Love 1.
Remember, the one who's had the better start in both games has been the one who's ended up losing that game.
I still see stress on Xia right now. Like the breathing is different than usual.
One all.
Well, we do know that Chen Xingtong is one of the very few, Adam, who gets her out of that comfort zone, who challenges her on so many levels.
So I guess it's fair to say it's understandable. Baby Buddha trying to channel her inner calm.
2-1.
Again, you're just hearing the effort ball from Sun Yingsha.
So an edge here. In terms of body language, I didn't see. Normally, Xia would raise her hand.
No, I wasn't one.
I didn't see it either. Again, out of the comfort zone.
You know, even that yell, there's a little telling signs, right? Interesting.
Yes, exactly. It's out of character.
Right.
It's a release of stress. It's somebody who knows that this is not going to be easy and that she's in trouble.
3-1, third game doing that. Yeah, you're right. Interesting.
2-3.
Wow, this is a fight every single point.
Look, we have been at it now for a while. But just about under half an hour of action.
And we're only in game 3 and it's level.
Exactly. Just going back to an earlier point you made about Xia-Chen not sort of acknowledging the fortune that went her way. I noticed yesterday as well when she played Wang Yidi, I think I even mentioned it to you guys being down to the ground, there was very little eye contact with Wang Yidi. In fact, there was no eye contact at the front when they shook hands. Exchanges throughout the match.
After the match?
No, at the start.
Oh,
nothing,
I see.
Nothing at all, even a shake of the hand, nothing. She threw everything into that, Sun Yingsha.
5-2.
A very uncomfortable, awkward point. Good shot there. The chase, the footwork, it still feels very nervy. When you see players, felt like I saw this with Ugo as well versus Xiang Peng.
But what is it? What does Chen Xingtong do that's different from the others that makes it harder for Sun Yingsha?
One, I think she changes the rhythm. 2, she gets a lot of balls back. 3, she recognizes an opportunity to spring, but doesn't allow Xia-Chen to sort of gain control as well early in the rally.
3-6.
There's it's not quite a sweet spot, but say what you're comfortable handling. Xia-Chen has all sorts of quality on her shots that most players either crumble or say lose a bit of control of the point. She's very dialed in, Tong to these shots.
So we've been in these sort of positions before, haven't we? A 7-3 lead, Sun Yingsha enjoys.
After Flygate, as you mentioned earlier.
After Flygate.
But that said, that was for Tong.
Yeah, that was the other way around.
Let's 7-3.
She did so well to even get there, Sun Yingsha, on the shot, but Xingtong was there and it grabs the net.
In a moment like this, Xia-Chen knows when she goes for it that she has to put on as much pressure as possible because she's leaving home with all the doors open.
Yeah, there's no coming back.
Yeah, and that one bumped the door frame on the way through, but still made it in.
5-7.
The comeback could be on here for Xingtong. She's not going to take a timeout, now, a bit earlier in this game.
You never know. In theory, 7-6, should it come to that, might be an appropriate time for one. A coach might, especially considering their history. Would be fascinating to see the world #1 this early. Both of these players this early in the match have no timeouts left.
Right. Oh, reactions! Sun Yingsha gets it back. Wins the point.
Is crazy speed. Short stroke, the pull-up. This is where the muscles come in. Wow, calm and cool under pressure. That was a big point, not only to save a timeout, but to extend her lead back to 3.
From under the table, Xingtong. Right in the slot for Sun Yingsha, the return. Breathing space again for the world #1.
I feel like she's coming back into her game a bit. You can see the confidence that she often walks around beaming with, shining.
Nine to 6.
Audible groan in the crowd.
Beautiful parallel on the move.
Please. Thank you.
Umpire very polite. Please and thank you. I like it. smart.
9.
Xingtong there, and that last shot goes deep to the backhand to change up the pattern. Before that, it almost felt like she was feeding Xia. And then she's like, I see that you're moving. I know where you're moving. And I'm going to give you something where you can't turn and play that forehand.
Three-game points for Sun Yingsha. Adam, have you heard Sun Yingsha exert? Has it been this audible for you? Not just the hers, but the effort during rallies as well.
In a singles match, I can't recall the last time.
Right. Oh, she got there, Xingtong. Couldn't get the return though. Yeah, she knows it. It's the first time in this match where the one who led and had a decent lead has seen it through. No comeback for Xingtong this time.
Little fortune for the second memorable time here for Xia. That said, feels relatively even between the two of them so far this match. Good coverage, full extension, fast feet. She hustles back in.
Breathe. Not going on at the moment, we can tell you. So Yingsha leads 2-1, having won the third game 11-7. Game 4 here, Sun Yingsha to serve.
Love 1.
Shake it ahead from Sun. Again, these are really interesting signs from her. Kind of having a go at herself and talking.
I like it. Something different.
Proves she is a human after all.
Don't get me wrong, it's not that I want one player to win or the other, simply that it's nice to get variety. It's nice to see a challenge. I think China often feels that way.
2-all.
Not to mention it's character building.
Of course.
If you're never challenged, how are you actually growing?
Yeah.
It's easy to fall asleep at the wheel or the #1 spot. In the interest of growing the team, everyone on it has to be moving upwards, continuing to improve.
Is this an exercise for other players to sort of take notes of how Xingtong's approaching this with Sun Yingsha?
Yeah, if you look in the crowd, I'm sure you'll see a significant portion of the Chinese women's team watching live right now from the stadium.
Sun Yingsha dictating proceedings in that point.
A lot of stretching on Tong Tong's side. She managed to get a few back, but the final one just out of reach. The footwork to leap and get that. And then one more. Again, the unpredictability factor. Where is she going to go? Tong Tong was still coming back to center, so it was behind the weight. It's the advantage of being the first to move the opponent. Get them slightly behind, out of position.
Doesn't get the contact she wants on that one, Sun Yingsha. 1 point in this. And we're all square. If anything, it's Xingtong not giving much away at the moment, body language-wise.
That was freedom in the forehand. This is the full stroke. The step around it ends points. This is the Thor snap. Full stroke. This is Xia at her best. That shot right there is the highlights reel Xia that's usually on display. Quite often anyway.
She was on top of that one, Sun Yingsha.
Just to applaud both of these players, let's not forget that there were 3 recovered nets in this fast rally, back and forth, 16 shots. And this last one comes down just shy of the top of the net there. All that on a parallel attempt that would have been quite a chase. Slow and spinny, a little more shallow in the middle of this fast rally. Her inner Hina Hayata came out in the middle of this point. Subtle, not easy to do, but she succeeds in breaking the rhythm. Xingtong. The contact is so fine. You have to close the racket and just brush the ball while it's moving as quickly as it is.
Slams that past her, Xingtong, and we are square here. 6-all.
As I was just describing the fine contact of the one before, there's a heavy spin opening, and then this one, yeah, there's topspin, plenty of it on it, but the sound was basically vibrations all the way through to the wood of the blade. A high-pitched smack sound. You could say it was a China smash. Thank you, good night.
You're here all week.
Tip your waitress.
Ooh.
6-7.
Was she going for the corner there?
Have to imagine. Definitely wasn't going for the ground.
Thank you.
All right, don't forget, where are you from? Where are you guys from? What do you like about Beijing? Talk to me. Who's here from out of town?
Xingtong now in front for the first time in this game. Gets it onto that forehand, Sun Yingsha. And a roar from her again.
The effort just transitioning into disappointment / pain in this stretch across the body from Xingtong. Xia fighting right now. This is a struggle.
Wow. Just don't see it that often. Oh! Xingtong! Yeah. Oh, she knows it.
They look easier than they are. It's incredibly awkward. It's incredibly spinny. I mean, yeah, it crosses the net really high. But you've got to let it bounce on the table, and then it kicks out. She's already 3 feet behind the table when that ball's below the Li Ning sign on her shirt.
This game comes to its conclusion. Could end as a 3-1 or a 2-all. So much riding on this. Xingtong Goes back in front. Almost as if she was catching her breath there.
Like Xingtong's able to position herself in a way that Xia-Xia's not used to having other opponents recoil, get back into position. Changes her plans quite a lot.
Two game points, Xingtong.
This was outside of the box, this push. More of a flick, really. I mean, I use the word push because that felt like the action of what she did to it, but with 6 of the last 8 points, that last one was really taking a gamble, saying, I want to put some pressure on, not a lot of spin, quick deep to the middle, and it got her the point. 2 game points.
Took the edge. Xingtong
took the edge.
Has literally edged this game.
A little bit of balance here. I think they've both had their edges and nets along the way. There was one earlier that we remember because we were looking for some sort of sign from Xia-Xia.
Yeah.
I didn't see in this moment. Over the years, I've seen in some of the most tense matches, the best in the world.
Still?
Just either forget. Yeah, when you're under pressure, when you're nervous, sometimes everything just...
In the heat of the moment, right? You just forget.
Yeah.
So, Adam, 2-2. I think it's fair to say that feels about right, what we've seen so far. They are really well balanced, aren't they, these two? It's been a great match so far.
Chen to serve. Level.
Time check, by the way. I'm going to say approaching 50 minutes, and we're just entering game 5. Say upwards of 45 minutes already in this match. Ooh, another one.
Yeah.
DJ Khaled up in here. It's Xingtong's new nickname, by the way. Not because of resemblance.
I'm glad you clarified.
No, I'm big on clarification. Smart combo here. Brings Xingtong in over the table and then sends her right back to baseline. Positioning on that really had to be right into the elbow. She's like, eh.
Deep, right? Make it difficult.
There was a great couch potato look in that moment.
2-1.
Yingsha goes in front here. Remember the last time they met, it was a 4-2 to Xingtong.
Net early in the rally from Xingtong. Xia-Xia didn't seem to be bothered much, returned it, but of course the quality when you're recovering a net is always going to be that much less. Got an extra priority added to your list to adjust. Gets one back. There's the finger of apology there. The two that started this game, and Xia-Xia getting one of them back. I like Xingtong's idea to push long to the backhand early on. It was quite surprising, as it should be. And again, the long push to the backhand, not backhand, but middle really. It's the baseline that she doesn't show she's going there. When you think about patterns, if you were to have data on this, and I'm sure there's plenty about what happens on third shots, how people open,
Please, thank you.
when a long push comes out, Xingtong has rushed it effectively. That long push has been a hero so far.
Let's 3 all.
Is that an edge? Yeah.
Well, definitely a net along the way.
Oh, okay.
If there was more than that, I was distracted by the net. Yeah,
It
just
was a net. Yeah. Acknowledgement from Xingtong. Well, that's there to be put away. And Sun Yingsha obliges.
Clavicle check. Bit of spin comes in, and this one just climbs. Boom, slow-mo sternum check. Ayah. Sort of a cool move there. Some of the graphics we saw during the entrances.
That's from Xingtong.
I guess it was the light show right before the entrances.
Yeah, it was. That's right.
That Wang Li-Qin looking Bruce Lee-esque. If you haven't been watching the entire program, make sure you watch the whole thing. You'll get to see what we're referring to.
start.
Yeah.
Again, just does a little side shake overhead. Sun Yingsha.
Just control the feeling in the touch game. Xingtong touches it intentionally, high enough to bait Xia to go for it and low enough to keep it uncomfortable, just leaving a little bit of question in the decision making.
That cheeky strawberry there, so.
6-5.
Sun Yingsha.
Your eyes might be better than mine. I thought I saw a push, but you never know. She's no stranger to side spin, Xia. At this level, the players can do anything. They just choose the highest percentage shots more often.
5-7.
So, a little bit of more daylight for Sun Yingsha.
Maybe even Swinlight. Second towel break, and a 2-point separation here. Nobody looks comfortable. Not fans, not commentators,
5-7.
and definitely not the players. Fault called?
5-8.
Oh, fault called.
Ah.
TTR. TTR.
Challenge?
Yeah,
She
it's
is
good.
challenging it.
Challenge in English.
Challenge
Fly.
by
That's
Chen
the second time she was called.
below
Remember, that was
the
one
pink
earlier
surface.
on Xingtong, way back in this, maybe the second game.
That was a warning.
Yes, I know.
Oh,
So
okay.
That's what I mean. Sorry.
Okay, just to clarify, it's a
It
big
was a
difference.
warning the first time.
Yeah. This
Now-
will cost her a point if she's wrong. So if it was dipping the ball below the surface of the table, it's not the hand, the
Challenge
ball.
unsuccessful.
Oh,
What?
got any visuals?
Five eights, one challenge remaining. Challenge unsuccessful. Below the blink surface.
Well, they've had an internal check, I'm sure.
Here we
There we
go.
go.
Nice.
5-8.
Just in case you were
She's
curious.
just going to stop and have a look anyway.
Oh, but the toss. Yo, boy, not even close. Oh, there it is. Okay. Any part of the ball dips below that line across the screen. That's the plane of the
One
playing
remaining
surface.
Challenge.
I think it's good for her as well to see it, so it's not maybe in
Yes,
back of her head.
all of us.
Oh, well, all of us, yeah.
Well, if we hadn't seen that, it would have been like, wait, what? We're gonna take your word for it? What is this? Good calibration aggression against the high
9-5.
topspin this time around. Uses the backhand, not easy to do.
This is about as big a lead as Sun Yingsha's had at the latter end of any game so far. Let's see if she can hold on to it.
Nine and 6.
I think the ball dipping below the table is something that a lot of players are unaware that they are guilty of. It's more common than you might realize, but it's got to be fairly blatant, I guess, to catch the
30 degrees thing though, right?
Say it again?
As is the 30 degrees.
Right, similar idea.
7-9.
Oh well. 2 quick points, Xingtong. She only trails by 2. Getting a bit hairy again.
Yep, full stroke forehand from Xia and Tong Tong. Again, the facial expression, the body language of Xia. Just needs a little bit of bravery right now.
8-9.
Confidence maybe. Bravery is her thing. I think that's what she's best known for. And confidence too, but compliments to Xingtong.
Absolutely. I was about to say 3
Timeout.
points in a row. That's a timeout here for Sun Yingsha. She's finally taken it in this 5th game. Very ponderous. That look. Biting her lower lip. We should get a body language expert in on all of this.
Yeah. I feel like we have a sense. We've become somewhat informed on body language. That's what I look at, and I think that's what the players look for. You can feel it. It was Chen Junsong who said when he was down 5-9, which is the score line we just saw, when he was back at 7-9 against Tomokazu, he said, at 7-9, I could see that I was in his head, that I had broken his confidence, that I had the advantage. He was down by 2, still.
And you could see that already in the opponent's eyes. Yeah.
So this is so important. Little reminder of the steel trap that is Sun Yingsha, the form she's been in. Champion, what's this? Okay, at Macau, the Champions Macau, Europe Smash, and then before that, a Champions event was a finalist.
And she lost in the final to her opponent now, Xingtong.
Xingtong, let the rhythm take you over.
8-9.
That's what she does. She takes over your rhythm. That said, she's taken over 3 points in a row, and she's still trailing by 1 out of Xia's timeout.
Massive for Sun Yingsha. That's exactly what she would have wanted off her timeout, and it sets up 2 game points.
There's so much to talk about there. We'll wait until after this game finishes. Fly? Just kidding. Flash, probably.
There is a light.
What if it is a fly in the distance?
Maybe it is a fly.
No flash, please.
Maybe it's a fly with a flash. Maybe it's a firefly.
2 problems in 1.
10-8.
Unless you're into that sort of thing, but Infinity Arena is pretty dark around the outside parts.
Oh, placement there.
10-9.
Brilliant from Xingtong. Just guides it.
This is a bold choice to go for that spin to the short side of the table. Not just heavy spin, but the placement, the combination saves a game point.
So Sun Yingsha gets the all-important lead here. 3-2 in another tight game.
At the start of that point, you would have thought these two were playing alone in a private room. It was so
It was
silent.
pin drop, wasn't it? I was thinking the same
Absolutely,
thing.
a recording studio to thousands of screaming fans who were holding their breath throughout. To that timeout, I was just thinking, as Xia gets one more game, goes up 3-2, how many different ways there are to win a point in table tennis.
Well, the next match, they're going to have to wait a little while longer. Wang Wanyu, will she stretch Xin Yubin? Xin Yubin might be hoping the same thing, really. She's all smiles, very relaxed. The youngster from Korea has a job to do tonight.
Yeah, she's having a wonderful event right now. Big takedown in the last round. What, Kwaimon? That's big.
10, time.
No, she beat Kwaimon, excuse me.
If so, we better tell them quickly, right? Sorry, this news just in. You actually lost. Crazier things have happened, racket tests and whatnot.
So equation here. Sun Yingsha wins the game. She is through
6 game.
to the final.
Turn to serve.
Chen
Level.
has to win to make it 3-all and force a 7th game.
No flashlight, please.
She was pointing almost exactly where Xingtong was last game.
So it's the same culprit, maybe.
Yeah.
Please, thank you.
Nice backhand point to get things underway in this 6th game.
That would be clever. Now that you don't have a timeout, if you really need one, just to call TTR on something.
Just to break the rhythm.
To get a minute. To get 1 minute.
It's well within the rules, right? Gamesmanship.
To my knowledge.
Yeah.
Might look weird. But hey.
Doesn't matter.
It's never stopped me.
You said it.
Yep. Good start here for Xia. Some momentum after the end of last game and the start here. Now on receive after converting both serves.
1, 2.
She might almost be relieved to be playing perhaps a Wang Wanyu in the final. Sun Yingsha, if she can get through this. Huge test for her.
2-0.
Almost an air of inevitability as that shot was taken.
I'm just curious, did you mean it would be a relief for her if she faced Wang Wanyu instead of Xin Yubin?
No, I mean almost a relief. You get through this. It's almost like the hardest hurdle for her.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Sun Yingsha.
I asked because I only heard Wang Manyu's name mentioned.
Yeah, I meant as if she can beat Chen Xingtong, who seems to have an edge over her in proceedings recently, that might be a harder task to overcome than perhaps Wang Wanyu in a final.
If she can get through Xin Yubin. Got it.
Yeah, assuming, yeah, she does.
Okay.
This time she makes it. Chen Xingtong gets the point. Yeah, similar situation earlier, didn't we?
Yeah, this one felt like it sat up a little bit higher. She was right at the baseline, maybe even inside it when she captures this one. Yeah, that ball doesn't jump out quite as much. That a few high balls. I think that's her 3rd time. This time she could confidently power through. Didn't twiddle the racket. We often see players do that to put their springy backhand on the forehand side when the ball's a little higher for speed instead of spin.
Again, that effort is just rising, isn't it, as we come towards the end of this match.
It feels like an unwritten contract that they enter into, like Korean barbecues on the same street that are all you can eat. You just lock in the price. What if someone stopped grunting or threw in an extra loud grunt every once in a while?
Well, that was all Chen Xingtong grunting away. Sun Yingsha with a 2-point cushion.
Perfect placement into the elbow, Xia, creating an uncomfortable backhand there for Tong Tong.
That was a deep shot from Chen Xingtong. pace off midway through that rally, Xingtong.
I'm still thinking about the rhythm break and the grunting. Timing. It's so interesting. It would be very difficult to do, but it would be incredibly effective. I feel like in that last rally, the timing was the main question there, and that's why Xia-Chen, she was on full speed, and Tong slowed it down just a little bit.
And this time, for Xingtong. Maybe just betraying a little frustration now, Xingtong.
It's still a ways to go, but considering their WTT head-to-head, if Xingtong were to come back and win this, I can't think of anyone else with a winning record
very good point.
against Xia-Chen.
Yeah.
Please, thank you.
Even if it is just in WTT, which are the key events of the year.
Correct. It's getting all tense again, 6-all.
I like talking about personalities of players because if this is a game of poker or rock, paper, scissors and you're trying to read body language to know what's to come, knowing the personality of your opponent helps you predict what the body language means in terms of what's coming next. And I think Xingtong and that dry wit works really well out here.
I think that works in her favor.
Yes, I think it protects her. There's a chill vibe that in times of stress, she can just sort of bite her tongue, roll her eyes, throw her head back. Not in any sarcastic way, but just sort of let it roll off the shoulders, you know?
Water off a duck's back, as they say.
2 touch shots there. And in Beijing, where the Kaoyaro, the ducks themselves, aren't any better.
Oh, I had a good one at lunch. Yingsha just a little closer to that magical 11. Shake of the head. Just seeing a little bit more, as we said, this game from Xingtong.
7, 8.
Similar kind of points at the moment.
I think Xia-Chen's serve drifted a little longer than she wanted.
Oh.
I felt like she did well to hang in the point for a bit, but Yingsha quickly took advantage with that receive. Fight's not over yet. I'll be very curious to see the handshake when the time comes, though.
Took the net along the way. And now 3 match points for Yingsha.
She peeked over, just gave a glance to see what the body language was. Still in it.
Did that take
Yes, it did.
It did.
She saved a match, but the crowd will get the email tomorrow. Not the first time.
Oh, she knows it. Oh.
Calderano Shangpeng, the shirt shot.
Yeah.
Because you can't, you won't, and you don't stop. Shirt shot.
Yeah, she knew that, didn't she, Xingtong, her reaction to it.
Seriously, just send the link to the broadcast. Unbelievable. Skype.
No flashlight, please.
Just add to everything else that's going on.
Just somebody video chatting with someone in a white room.
And the final point of this amazing match.
Oh, again, 2 for 2. She saved another. Look at this face. Oh, my goodness.
I can't believe we've had 2 in a row.
This is the humor I was talking about. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, but she's going to have to put it behind her. As charming as that is, if she starts the next point with this feeling, she's going to be distracted.
9 and 10.
So sorry. Oh, my goodness.
Well, this
she's
is
laughing.
I mean, 1 is already tough, but 2 in a row?
Players are ready.
Ding, ding, Liu Shiwen.
There's even a little bemused look on Sun Yingsha's face.
Wow.
1 match point left.
Sometimes you just have to laugh.
This time, there isn't that little bit of luck that Xingtong was needing. They both enjoyed that moment, as has the umpire. And Sun Yingsha has avenged her defeats at the WTT Champions Yokohama final by beating her opponent with the same scoreline from back then.
Can you imagine that net ball from a different camera angle might have been super close to that edge. If she had come back to win it, again, I mentioned Ding Ning and Liu Shiwen. If you know, you know, but 1 in a billion. And Xia gets the last laugh, 4-2. She has a winning record overall by quite a bit, and in WTT against Xingtong, 4-3. She gets her spot in the final. Wow. This is crazy big. What'd you say, 168 weeks at world #1?
Right.
She's way out in front of the rest of the world. And with their greatest challenger standing alongside her, something to laugh about.
That's the most I've seen a smile all week.
Understandable. Oh, it's so true. Just imagine them as grandmas when the young generation, the next whoever they are, saying, you remember that time when you had 2 match points against me and I caught the faintest edge? Oh, good times.
Well, Sun Yingsha is into her 5th WTT Grand Smash final after defeating Xingtong 4-2, 12-10, 9-11, 11-7, 8-11, 11-9, 11-9. Here is our winner. It's Sun Yingsha.